Look who's back. It's your two favorite. Yo! What's good, YouTube? It's your boys, Juice, right there. And, of course, your two favorite podcasters. We're back and kicked off the NFL Week 1 season. Yes, sir. We are back. NFL Week 1 just ended yesterday, Monday, September 13th. And there were a lot of interesting headlines in each game. Now we're gonna go through some of the games. We're gonna talk about what surprised us in each game or our biggest disappointments. I think we gotta start Thursday night. I mean, to kick it off, the Cowboys they looked impressive in my opinion. Amari Cooper had almost 140 yards. People said he doesn't show up on the road. I mean, first game of the season looked really good. Now they didn't have Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb also balled out. I picked the Cowboys. I actually think they should have won the game, but you gave Brady the ball back with a minute 20, and the rest is history. I mean, Tampa Bay ended up going down the field, kicking a field goal. The Cowboys lost, but I was really happy. Now, moving on to Sunday games, you saw Trevor Lawrence first start. He didn't play that good. I mean, it was his first. It was actually a stat. It was his first L in a regular season game since high school and college, which is
threw the ball like 51 times.
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They got blown out by the Texans, who didn't have Deshaun Watson. Tyrod Taylor was their starting quarterback. He played pretty good for them. So maybe the Texans on the uprise in that division. Who knows?
Come on now.
Who knows? Chargers, Washington. I don't really have a lot of thoughts in this game. I knew the Chargers would pull it out. But the football team they had a chance at winning. Antonio
The defense is promising.
Whose defense? Chargers?
Both. Both defenses showed real promise.
I mean, I told you the Chargers got the Rams' old defensive coordinator, their head coach now. And we know how good the Rams defense is. So they don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick, though. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks. And it's funny, before we started the show, I saw RG3 on Twitter saying,
I saw that.
I think it's time to make a call. He's around.
I'm looking, I'm like, yo, what?
I like how Heineke came in, though. I don't think it was his fault they lost. I like how he
definitely did his thing.
He started giving Terry McLaurin the ball in the second half. Ryan Fitzpatrick really wasn't looking his way. That is your best offensive player, in my opinion. So I feel like they need to get him involved a lot more in the offense going forward. But I'm not really – I mean, it was a good game to the end. Chargers pulled it out. But I think this is a sign to come for a football team. That quarterback situation has always been the death of them since last year. So, I mean, there's Cam out there. If you don't like Heineke, you also have, I mean, obviously Robert Griffin III now. But
I'm taking Cam a million times before RG3.
We'll see. Seahawks, Colts. Seahawks pulled out the win, not like we all thought. Tyler Lockett had a big game, really big game. 3 touchdowns in his first game. But I'm not shocked with how Seahawks come out strong. They come out strong almost from the gate every year.
Every week 1.
They just fall apart mid-season. Russell Wilson, 18 for 23, 255 yards, 4 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett only had 2 touchdowns. My bad. But he played great. Had 100 yards. DK Metcalf had 60 yards and a touchdown. Carson Wentz in his debut, no interception. So that's a good sign to come. He threw 25 for 38, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. So I think the better team just won this game. I'm not gonna lie. That offense, the Seattle offense, is really good.
It's too much.
It looks really good. Panthers Jets. I don't think we need to talk about that. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's back. He played great. His debut back.
Sam Darnold looks like he's happy.
Yeah, him and Robbie, former Jets, hooked up on a touchdown pass too. That was inspirational. I think the Jets.
Some beef.
I think the Jets. They still need a little bit of improvement. They did lose Mekhi Becton. I think it was 4 weeks possibly. So that's their left tackle. That's going to be a hard loss for Zach Wilson now. He did have that amazing touchdown pass, his first pass on the run scramble. That was pretty Mahomes looking like type play. But we'll get to Mahomes later. The next game, the Vikings and Bengals.
First overtime game, but not the
first
only
overtime game. First overtime game.
Yeah.
24-27. Jamar Chase had his first receiving touchdown of his year. I think he had over 100 yards this game as well. Kirk Cousins threw for 350 yards, 0 picks. Dalvin with a costly fumble. That's ultimately caused them in overtime to lose the game.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, after tearing his ACL, MCL last year, 20 for 27, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 30 carries, 29 carries, 127 yards, a touchdown. Like I said, Jamar Chase, 5 catches, 101 yards, 1 touchdowns. You have any belief in the Browns making the playoffs? I mean, Bengals?
Not at all.
And y'all division? Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Defense is solid. Burrow is cool, but they having the same problems as us. And that's the line. So, but we're gonna talk about that a little later.
I think this game was the biggest shocker. Well, to me, honestly, Arizona.
It's the Vikings,
Tennessee.
though. Oh, you talking about that? Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Arizona and Tennessee. Arizona blew the Titans out of water.
Yeah, for sure.
Kyler Murray looks like an early MVP vote right now. 5 touchdown passes on the day. No, 4.
All right.
He threw 1 pick. He had 5 total touchdowns. That's what it was. D-Hop looked really good. 2 touchdowns, 83 yards on the day. The defense, though, that's the big thing. Picked up Chandler Jones, backed off injury. He had 3 sacks himself.
He had 5. Field day.
No, he had 5, I think. 5 himself.
Yeah, it was 5 sacks, I think 2 forced fumbles.
That's him and T.J. Watt are definitely out there right now on Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest story was the Titans' offense held to 13 points. Ryan Tannehill, 210 passing yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Derrick Henry, former leading rusher, 17 carries, 58 yards. That's not that good. You're going to need more production out of Derrick, of course, if you want to do something in the postseason. Yeah, Mike Vrabel and Julio Jones actually got into it. He said, Mike Vrabel said to Julio, he got a costly penalty in the game, and he said it's dumb S word like that costs your team games.
We gonna sit here and act like that one play would have did something if he didn't do it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made a difference at all whatsoever.
That is true. Now, this game was weird. The Niners and Lions, it was a blowout at one point. I think it was like 28. I know at one point actually it was 41-17. The Lions had a chance in the end. They came back off Deebo Samuel's fumble. He played a great game, though, Deebo. 9 catches. 100+ yards, of course, receiving. Jimmy Garoppolo, 314 yards passing, a touchdown. Even Trey Lance got a touchdown his first game. First
Yeah.
pass, too. So Debo almost had 200 yards, matter of fact. He finished 189. But the fumble in the end, it looked a little scary. Jared Goff, he had a chance, but he missed his chance, of course. They ended up coming up short. They lost 41-33 in this game. I think the Niners just let off the gas pedal in the end. I'm surprised they didn't play Trey Lance in the second half when they were blowing him out. But they did lose Raheem Mostert this game as well. And I think that cost them a little bit in that they couldn't get the run game going in the second half.
Yeah.
I think that's why they try to end around with Debo, and he cost the ball up. But they ended up winning the game, so all in all, it really doesn't matter. This was a good game as well. Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Now, I thought Buffalo was gonna win at halftime. It was 10-zip. And then the whole second half, everything just changed, like momentum. The Steelers defense really showed out. Like I was talking about TJ Watt. He had a forced fumble on Josh Allen getting to the quarterback. I mean, we all know the Steelers defense, that's really their strength. They're going to have to carry them if they're going to make playoffs. But Najee Harris, he didn't do that bad in his first game. 16 carries, 45 yards. He almost had a touchdown, but dropped the ball. Wide open too. So he'll probably get it going later on in the season. I hope so. Their offensive line did look a little bit better, but it still had problems in the run game. Now for the Bills, like I said, they had a great first half. The problem's always going to be their running game though. Like Josh Allen's running the ball 9 times. That's almost half the rushing carries. Like
Singletary had 72 yards.
Yeah, he had 11 carries though. I meant like actually getting the ball, like carrying it. Like they're more of a passing attack. Like that's their strength. Stephon Diggs had 9 catches, 69 yards on 14 targets. Cole Beasley 8 catches, 60 yards, 13 targets. So I mean, I'm not really too worried about the Bills. I feel like they just got outplayed. They let off the gas in the second half, and the Steelers took full advantage of that game. The Eagles-Falcons game, that was a pretty Falcons thing, disappointment. They 6 points.
That was the worst Falcons game ever.
I thought the Eagles wouldn't be that good, but Jalen Hurts, I like Jalen Hurts, just the team around him. Devontae Smith, his first ever catch was a touchdown. I still don't think they'll win the division, but I guess for Eagles fans, this is a promising sign. You held the Falcons offense, which is supposed to be explosive. I mean, they got Calvin Ridley, Mike Davis, Kyle Pitts. I mean, they got some players on offense. They held them to 6 points. So hopefully we'll see what the Eagles can do. Maybe they can sneak in, win the division, or maybe even playoffs. I think this was probably the game of the week. One of the game. I think to me this was a good game. The Chiefs and Browns. You think from this game the Browns are contenders? You believe in the Browns yet?
The Browns look good. They looked good yesterday. Baker looked good. I'll say that. Odell didn't play. Now, if Odell played, do I think they would have won? Maybe. It's debatable. But Jarvis Landry is definitely that guy on that team. There was a rookie. They had a rookie wide receiver. He was doing his thing yesterday too, or the other day. He was doing his thing the other day too. It was Anthony Schwartz. He was doing his thing, and David Njoku. I was surprised by David Njoku. Nick Chubb. You can't be fumbling, bro. You can't be fumbling, bro. Y'all could have won the game. Y'all was up. It was like 20. It was like 29-20. It was 29-20. You were up with it was like 10 minutes. You could have just you can't be fumbling, Nick. Come on, man. You hold on to that ball, you win the game. Come on now. But the Browns look good. They look good, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs. So
it's like they turned it on in the second half. Scored 23 points to the Browns 7. Baker Mayfield didn't look that bad. 21 for 28, 321 yards, a pick. I mean, he had to throw the ball up. It was 4th down to end the game. So he tried to make something out of nothing, and he got picked off. But
Tyreek Hill had half of Mahomes' yards by himself. 197 yards. That's insane, bro. Like, that's crazy. And he on my fantasy team, so he was doing his thing. But yeah.
I know you're happy about that one. Moving on. This was probably the disappointing game. Saints and Packers. Now,
I don't have much to say
everybody
on this
knows Aaron Rodgers is my boy. But you could clearly tell he does not want to play for them.
He don't want to be there at all.
And people are blaming this all on A-Rod, but the defense gave up 38 points.
To Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis.
He threw 150 yards with 5 touchdowns. I think that's what it was. He threw 148 yards with 5 touchdowns. Come on now, man. Come on.
I just think the whole team was out of sync. I'm pretty sure, Rodgers was saying this is the last dance year. You can clearly tell the off-season woes carried into this game. Rodgers was missing some throws that rookies miss. Devontae Adams, I mean, he was neutralized this game as well.
I don't think he missed them. I don't think he missed them because there was plays that were overthrown. Like it just looked like he was out there. It was like,
just tossing around.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. There ain't no way Aaron Rodgers willingly will come out and be bad. Like that's it, man.
Jordan Love came in late in the game, 5 for 7, 68 yards. Maybe A-Rod gets traded midseason.
I think that's what he wants.
Football team? Who knows? Y'all can make a deal. Denver.
Shoot.
Might as well. We were just going to talk about Denver next. They won. Teddy Bridgewater. I actually had him beating the Giants. I don't believe. I don't know what it is with the Giants. It's just they just don't entice me. Like Daniel Jones. I don't think he's that guy.
He's not
for the Giants. Teddy Bridgewater played really good in his debut. 28 for 36, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon, 11 carries, 101 yards, a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, he got injured, but it's not serious. It's a high ankle sprain. I think he's out 2 to 4 weeks. He had 6 receptions, 72 yards. See, the Broncos, I told y'all their defense would be really good. They held Giants to 13 points. And Saquon was neutralized in his game back. Only 10 carries, 26 yards behind that O-line.
Now, what if the Giants mess around and get A-Rod?
I don't think they want Daniel. I don't think they need a quarterback. I think they'll just roll with Jordan Love. And I'm pretty sure the Giants would try to trade Daniel Jones. So I don't think they want a quarterback in return. That's why I was thinking like the football team.
That's true.
But Broncos, they start off 1-0. Dolphins Patriots game. I mean,
Bama versus Bama.
Yeah, Mac Jones versus Tua. I had Patriots winning. They lost by 1. I'm actually surprised by this one. Mac Jones, he didn't look that bad though. He did not look that bad. Neither did Tua. Mac
He looked good.
Jones, 29 for 39 passing, 280 yards, a touchdown. Damian Harris with 23 carries, 100 rushing yards on the day. The Patriots, I feel like they cost their team this game. I mean, this easily should have been won. Mac Jones, he had one mistake. He got sacked and fumbled the football and booped him out of field goal range. But all in all, he's a young rookie. I mean, Tua, he didn't play too good either. 200 yards, a touchdown, a pick, 16 for 27 passing. And I think all rookie wideouts from the draft in the first round scored a touchdown. Jalen Waddle scored as well. Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith. So I think those wideouts, they have promising careers ahead of them. Bears Rams, I don't think we need to talk about this, but I'll say one thing about
Justin
Matthew
Fields
Stafford.
needs to start.
Oh yeah, I mean the Bears should know that, but I understand playing Andy Dalton as the dummy right now. But they need the Rams. We don't really need to say. I agree with you. You said they were going to be a contender this year, probably win the NFC. Well, no, you said they'll be the best team in the NFC.
I think they'll have the best record in the league.
Yeah. The only problem is their division's really tough. I need to see Stafford against their division opponents. But he looked really good in this game. Really good. I see why people have the MVP conversation hype around him going into the year. He threw 3 touchdowns, 20 for 26, 320 yards, 0 picks. So I think the Rams definitely have a shot at that bowl this year with him. And, of course, people are already calling this the game of the year. Baltimore versus Raiders. Now, I'm not shocked. Going in, the Ravens had 13 injuries. They're decimated this season right now. Their hopes of winning a Super Bowl has shrunk by a margin. But I honestly thought they were going to win when they were up 14-0. They were 81. There's been a stat. John Harbaugh is 81-0 when he's up 14-0. And now he's 81-1. They lost 33-27 last night. It was the Raiders' opening day in their new stadium with all those crazy fans. And they definitely showed up in the second half when it was needed. Baltimore, I mean, I want to hear your opinion, man. Go ahead. You're the Ravens stan. Arguing in the comments.
I was going through my Instagram. You know what I saw? I saw. Oh, it's Lamar Jackson's fault. Lamar, he fumbled twice. Lamar this, Lamar this, Lamar that, Lamar that. Oh, okay. I got a name for you. And I want you to tell me if he was good last night or if he was terrible last night. Alejandro Villanueva, let me know.
I got to give credit to Max Crosby. He was balling.
No. Alejandro Villanueva, was he good or was he bad?
He wasn't good.
He was awful. And my thing is, with the Titans, right? Everybody like, oh, it's okay, I respect him. He came out. He said, oh, yeah, he got cooked by Chandler Jones. Oh, my gosh, he got cooked. But when Alejandro get cooked for 16 snaps, it's Lamar's fault. Make it make sense, y'all. Because it don't.
Well, Lamar, he did fumble 3 times. That's the 3rd time in his career he fumbled 3 times in one game. But he didn't lose all the fumbles, but some plays he could have got the ball away or just threw it out of bounds. But it's not his natural instinct. His natural instinct is try to run away from pressure. But that's a good and bad. It's like sour and sweet almost. Because when you can try to run the ball and those things do happen. You know, you may get hit hard one time, get blindsided, or you may make a good play like the touchdown he threw. This one and only touchdown pass. He scrambled out of pressure, rolled right with the Marquise Brown in the back of the end zone.
I got a stat for you.
Oh, I love numbers.
20% of Derek Carr's dropbacks, he was pressured on. 20%. 20. Guess what for Lamar, right? Guess what? Guess. I want you to guess.
50.
You close. 54% of his dropbacks he was pressured on.
Yeah.
18 of the 33 snaps to pass he was pressured on. 16 was on Alejandro Villanueva.
That's tough.
What? Every time he snapped the ball, Max Crosby was in his face. Hey, credit to him, though. Credit to him. He's a dog. He was looking mean last night. But, bro, if we have to play TJ Watt, he's in our division. He's on Alejandro's side. We have to play Clowney. He's on Alejandro's side. For 4 games. If we're letting people like Max Crosby.
Max Crosby's a solid defender, though.
I'm not bashing him. But if we're letting people like him just walk right in. Imagine what TJ going to do. Imagine what Clowney going to do. Imagine what Myles Garrett going to do. He wasn't looking hot either.
Yeah.
He told me after the game, I don't know why. It was just, why did we pick up a Steelers lineman? Because I think he's sabotaging us. That's what I think. I think he's sabotaging. Because I really went back and I watched the plays that he literally just let him go. He let him go.
That's tough, man.
He had no time in the pocket, and when Lamar did have time in the pocket, he made a play of a first down or more every single time. Every single time. Give my man at least 3 seconds, 4 seconds, at least, and he will make a play. I promise he will make a play.
Derek Carr.
The only time he was running for his life is because the pocket collapsed. Now Derek Carr on the other side.
You know, we quarterback 435 yards.
We lost to Darren Waller.
I mean, top 3 tight end, man. 19 targets.
like all of his targets was to him. And we couldn't do nothing about it.
I mean, y'all did in the first half.
Oh, yeah, we did in the first half. But the second half, what happened? Marlon can only guard so many people.
Fair enough.
So many people. Marcus Peters, losing him was huge. It was huge. It put a whole dent in our defense losing him. And then on top of that, we didn't have Jimmy. All these young corners getting burnt up by nobodies. They had the game-winning catch. I don't know.
It was Zay Jones. He played for the Pats a while ago. Not a while ago, but a couple years ago.
Everybody like, oh, Marlon Humphrey gave up on that play. No, he didn't. On the hike, his teammate bumped him. That's why he got a head start like that. I can watch it. As you hike it, he with him the whole time. Boom. Bruh, why are you in the way?
Oh man.
Predicament. Okay, I get it. We think they're going to run, get back in field goal range, but you have to be ready for that. We were sending the house majority of the game. Why are we doing that? Josh Jacobs.
Y'all
First
do
off,
that.
Josh Jacobs wasn't a factor unless it was the red zone, but he wasn't a factor. Why? Because of his toe. They weren't going to feed him like that. They came out passing the ball. So why are we rushing? Why are we blitzing? Okay,
That's just
we're the
y'all
number one
scheme.
blitzing defense. We're the number one blitzing defense. Cool. Sure, I get that. But in predicaments, we can't always blitz, bro.
Fair enough.
The secondary sucks. They don't suck. The secondary took a
they're
huge
hurt.
decrease. A huge decrease. I don't know why we traded Wade. I never liked that we traded Wade. We traded him. I was thinking about Richard Sherman, but then I was like, wait, he sucks at man to man. So Sherman's not the question. And here's another issue. We played Latavius Murray for the whole second half. Why? And overtime. Why? Why did Tyson Williams have 9 carries? He was a huge reason why we had that lead in the first half. Why we were scoring?
Sammy Watkins played good in his debut.
Bro, Sammy Watkins played good. Hollywood played good. But guess who dropped the ball? Money Mark.
No
Money
man,
Mark
he
just
got
got
the helmet.
paid.
The helmet hit the ball out, man.
You gotta hold on to that, fam. You got to hold on to that, bro. There's no doubt in my mind we would have gotten field goal range if he caught that. Because we would have been at like the 45 and we could just run.
Possibly.
Like I just we have the most accurate kicker of all time.
Yeah, y'all do go for it a lot on fourth downs. But I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. Week 1 was definitely a story for 2021. Week 2, quick prediction for Thursday night, since we probably won't have a video due to school and whatnot. I think football team. Who do you got? Giants football team.
Football team by a mile.
Yeah. So
Football
it's
team by a
because
mile.
honestly for me it's the Giants O line. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure y'all follow our Instagram. We'll be sharing our predictions there if it's not in video format. I went 8-8 this week. I don't know what you went,
I
but
know
I'm pretty
why.
sure
I don't
I
know.
think you're higher than me by either 2 games or 1.
Yeah.
So you got week 1 win. I took a lot of bold predictions this week. But thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Pretty lengthy one. It's your boy, Juice, the Press Juice, and J Will. And we'll see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.